The UK's chronic housing shortage is one of the biggest economic and social challenges the country faces. Compared to other European countries, Britain has a backlog of millions of homes that are missing from the housing market. Building these homes is key to solving the nation's housing crisis. Both housing outcomes and the wider economy suffer from housing shortages, and a lack of change in the built environment. Low house building is linked to more expensive and worse quality housing. Particularly in and near the most prosperous and expensive cities, this reduces disposable incomes and prevents people from living and work in the places where they can secure the highest wages and most progression. There is a housing shortage in London. To overcome this deficiency, it is estimated that as many as 49,000 dwellings will need to be built every year to deliver enough housing for this growing population. This is a target of 1.5 million new homes by 2050. Imagine strolling through a bustling city street lined with a blend of houses, shops, flats, and various local amenities. At first glance, it appears that every inch of space is occupied. However, a closer look reveals a different story. Nestled between these buildings lie small parcels of unused land, perhaps a storage yard squeezed between two storefronts, or an overgrown, forgotten garden adjacent to a residence. These spaces, often overlooked, are ripe with potential for housing. Infill housing could be an important part of the solution. It's unlikely to be enough on its own to fully solve the housing crisis in London. Some estimates suggest that infill development could meet up to 20 to 30% of the city's housing needs. Unlike undeveloped greenfield sites or brownfield land that might need a lot of work to make them livable, infill plots are usually already set up with essentials like water, electricity, roads, internet, and other key infrastructure. This means they are not as costly for developers to get started on. Plus, these areas already have public transport and the necessities close by. Looking for an infill plot isn't a walk in the park. It means hours spent poring over maps, physically scouting out areas. Nothing beats exploring an area in person. Walking around can give you a better sense of opportunities. Here we have infill, which is 468 square meter. We have converted it into residential block, ground plus 4, and each floor has 4 apartments. Each apartment has 3 bedrooms. This block can accommodate 20 families. This infill plot is attached to Main Street, but not all infill will be same. These plots can often be tucked away in tight spots or hard to reach by road. Infill housing could increase density within existing urban areas, potentially adding thousands of homes to the city. According to estimates, around 50% of London's brownfield land could be suitable for housing. If this land were fully utilised, it could create substantial numbers of new homes. There are opportunities to develop infill housing on underused commercial or industrial sites. For example, empty office buildings could be converted into residential spaces. In fact, conversions of office buildings to housing have already been done on a small scale in parts of London, and increasing this practice could yield more affordable housing. Infill housing can certainly play a major role in alleviating London's housing shortage, particularly in providing more homes in well-connected areas. It's a key part of the solution, but to truly make a significant impact, it would need to be integrated into a broader strategy that includes new development on the outskirts, better planning policies, and public investment in affordable housing.